Mr. Trevor, this is the third part of my assignment. So in this third part, I'll explain the concepts of a t-test and the differences between an independent t-test as well as a paired t-test. After that, I'll demonstrate to you on how to conduct a paired t-test on my chosen dataset and followed by my own research question. So now I'll show you. So basically, now I'm basically going to explain to you what's a t-test. A t-test is a type of inferential statistics that is used to determine if there is a significant difference between the means of two groups. So after describing briefly to you what is a t-test, now I'll explain the differences between a paired t-test and an independent t-test. For a paired t-test, the variables are different, but they come from the same group. Whereas for an independent t-test, the variables are same, but they come from a different group. So now, after this, I'll also talk about that. Then, a paired t-test occurs when the two samples affect one another, whereas an independent t-test, the samples occur when the two samples does not affect one another. So now I have explained the differences between a paired t-test as well as a independent t-test. So now, after explaining that, now I'll demonstrate to you how to conduct a paired t-test on my dataset. So this is my research question. My research question is basically saying, is there a significant difference between the reaction time of time 1 when compared to time 2? So the first thing we have to do for this paired t-test is we have to determine whether it's normal or not. So we have to use the Shapiro's test to identify whether it is normal or it's not normal. So by putting the formula of Shapiro's test, we have to put in dataset $, time 1, the first one, then Shapiro test again, dataset $, time 2. So after doing these two, we run it then, and we identify that the data sets are normal. So after finding out it is normal, we can carry out a paired t-test. So we have to call out the t-test like this, and then we have to put dataset $, time 1, comma, dataset $, time 2, as well as paired equals to true. So after we do this, we will then run this test, and we will identify that the p-value is lesser than 0.05. Therefore, we will have to reject the null hypothesis, and we will say that based on a research question, there is a significant difference between the reaction time of time 1 when compared to time 2. Therefore, I can conclude from this part that I have explained the concepts of t-tests as well as the differences between the independent t-test and paired t-test, as well as I have shown to you how to demonstrate a paired t-test based on my dataset as well as my research question. Now moving on to the fourth part.